How many of you guys are familiar with Curtiss King? Curtiss King is the homie, super dope YouTuber, producer. He came out with a new plugin called Tapeboy. It's only right that I cover this plugin. I don't know how many of you guys know about the Talkboy. It was made popular in this movie Home Alone back in the day. I used to have one. It's like this little cassette player that has this built-in microphone that you extend out and you can talk into it. So he came out with a plugin kind of modeled after the Talkboy. Check it out. Let's see what it does to this melody group. I'm gonna put it on the whole group. First off, this plugin looks super dope. As you hover over the different parameters, it tells you on the top right what it does. So first thing we have to do is turn it on. So once you turn it on, it gets brighter. That's how you know it's on. Without it, and with it. Let's turn up some wobble. That's dope. You got ducking. You can set what rate you want it to duck at. Lo-fi mode. And at the bottom here, you can select what type of noise you want. So we got vinyl crackle, hiss, fire, and then you can set the volume to that. That's pretty sick. That actually works perfect for this. Then you got your volume control. It's called dynamic warmth. So you can EQ it how you want. That actually sounds really good. I like that. And then you got 8-bit mode, which is bit crusher mode. And you can go through the different types at the bottom. That's tight. For this one, we don't need 8-bit mode. And then you can dry wet the whole thing with the mix control. And you can see like the whole UI changes color as you mess with the mix. I have been sleeping on this plugin. It is dope. Shout out to the homie Curtiss King, man. Alright, let's hear how it sounds in context. Ooh. Let's turn that up. With Tapeboy, and this is without it. It just doesn't have the same character. You put it on, it just warms that whole thing up. That's dope. Let's go through some of the presets on this plugin. So I'm gonna take off what I did, and let's hear what the presets sound like. Okay. It's kind of like a chorusy sound. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think it works for this. These would sound dope on a guitar, a solo guitar. That's interesting. It's got like a bit crush. Wild. That's tight. I like that too. But for me, I'm usually not all about the presets. What I like about the plugin is you can dial in the sound you want. So I like what we actually dialed in. Because once you know what everything does in a plugin, it's always dope to be able to just dial in exactly what you want. The fire sound, I think is really good, but if we want to, we can turn it down a little bit. And so if you want to adjust these controls at the bottom, you can just click on the faders below it. And if you want to turn it on or off, you can just adjust the buttons on the tape player. What does that do? Syncs lo-fi effects to your input. Oh, that's dope. That's handy. So what that does is when it's off, it's just playing the lo-fi effect all the time. When you turn it on, it'll only play when the audio's playing. So that's cool. Not all plugins have that. Let's put that on the snare. How will that sound? All right, let's adjust that though. I like what it does. I don't want to overdo it, just a little bit. Without it, with it. Okay, so I do have a piece of feedback on the plugin. I feel like the one thing I wish worked better were the knobs being a little smoother. I feel like it's hard to dial in the exact sound I want, and with what I do, it's just super important that I can get it exactly in that sweet spot. So that's no big deal. I think what I'd ask Curtiss to do is to just allow me to control it a little more granularly, but overall, this shit sounds crazy.